So let's move on to the second question 7 on this week's homework, which I'm going to call question 9. This was problem 43 on page 546 of the written textbook. The sound intensity from a jackhammer breaking concrete is 2.0 watts per meter squared at a distance of 2 meters from the point of impact. This is sufficiently loud to cause permanent hearing damage if the operator doesn't wear ear protection. What are A, the sound intensity, and B, the sound intensity level for a person watching from 2 meters away? Before we get to solving this problem, let's write down what we know. So we know that, I'm going to call this I1. This is our sound intensity, is equal to 2.0 watts per meter squared at a distance of 2 meters away. And I'm going to call that R1 is 2 meters. Now we want to know the sound intensity and the sound intensity levels at 50 meters away. So our R2 is going to be 50 meters. To solve this question, we're going to go back to an equation that we derived in Wednesday's recitation. So we found that I1 R1 squared is equal to I2 R2 squared. And so part A of our question is asking us to find this I2. So I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by R2 squared, and we're going to have that I2 is equal to I1 R1 squared over R2 squared. And from here, we just have to plug in our known values. So we have 2 watts per meter squared. And then R1 is 2 meters. And we're going to square that. We're going to divide that by R2 is 50 meters. And that also gets squared. So if we plug this into our calculator, we end up getting that it's 0.0032 watts per meter squared. And this is the exact number that comes out of my calculator. So usually, since we're going to be using this number in our next part of our problem, we'd want to keep an extra sig fig for the time being so that when we go ahead and plug it in, we don't run into rounding errors. But this is the exact number that came out of the calculator. So we can leave it like that and it will be fine. Part B of the question asks us for our sound intensity level. Now, sound intensity level is another word for loudness. So we're going to go ahead and go to our loudness equation. And that's that beta is equal to 10 decibels log base 10 of I over I naught. Now the question is asking for the sound intensity level at 50 meters away, so the I we're going to plug in is I2. So I'm going to have this little subscript 2 here so that you remember which I we're working with. And now we just have to plug things in. So we're going to have 10 decibels log base 10, and then we found I2 to be 0.0032 watts per meter squared, and we're dividing that by, we said I naught is, it's a constant, it's 1.0 times 10 to the minus 12 watts per meter squared. Plug this into our calculator. So, and this works out to be about 95 decibels, so 2 sig figs. So that's question 9.